Alrighty, short and sweet. These are We the People News, not attorney, not giving legal advice. Okay, this is a video from the tribe. All right, subscribe to them, people. You're gonna learn a lot by American jurisprudence, maximum law, and well, this. All right, let's go ahead and proceed forward. Remember, anything I say or do is not legal advice. Okay. So do not take it as such. It's just a learning video to think outside the box. Remember, never look straight forward. Always look around you, even in words. I want to comprehend. I do not want to understand or overstand. I want to comprehend their language that's entrapping me. All right, let's see here. Here we go.
All right, let's proceed here. All right, chat's going really strange on my computer here, guys. Bear with me a second. I'm going to try and... I don't know why it wasn't updating. All right. There we go. Yeah, he understood God's order and hide from Saul. God had a chance to cut his throat. Yeah, it didn't. Yeah, there are some more stories to that. You can't say King David was the most savory character. However, at least he did have that honor of not taking risking the blood of someone else for his own personal attainment of something. So let's proceed here. In pre-revolution England, bills of attainder were issued by a king whose authority had been limited by the Magna Charta. The king could no longer shout, "Off with his head," and expect the executioner to act. Instead, he would cause Parliament to issue a law removing the head of a political enemy, or he would ask Parliament to pass laws applying pain or penalty upon a described individual or group of people. A law with bite, a bite that applies to a defined person or group. A law issued and implemented by a single imperial power, like a policeman with power to convict, is a bill of attainder. They worked in Old England, but not on our soil. When the average person rubs shoulders with government, he is seldom in contact with a person from the legislative, executive, or judicial branches. Instead, he deals with day-to-day bureaucrats, officials charged with applying and enforcing administrative law.
Okay, I'm going to stop right there for a second. Remember, y'all, Mason versus Madison. The judge actually gave their cells above authority. In short, they have become an English king that they rightfully, lawfully, do not have authority to take such actions. It's the bar members that created all this chaos in the systems that we have today, and the language that we do not fully comprehend of their speaking.
Impacting the greatest number of lives is the Internal Revenue Service. If a tax auditor is asked to justify his reasons for contacting you, he will cite a section of the Internal Revenue Code, or one of the many regulations stemming from that administrative law. Are such laws bills of attainder? Society has long accepted such laws as appropriate, but were they authorized by the U.S. Constitution? That's something to think about. Are bills of attainder like administrative laws? If it walks like a duck, is it a duck? What is a bill of attainder? A bill is a law. To attain means to get. A bill of attainder is 1. An act of a legislature that 2. Identifies members of a group targeted by the law, and 3. Dictates a penalty to be inflicted 4. Without trial, outside the reach of a jury.
All right. Again, I'm going to pause this because this is a very important issue. CPS. Family courts. People. It's a 4D contract. Okay? This is the reason why in my previous video about it's a 4D contract. With a contract is no longer a bill of attainder. But if you do not consent to that 4D contract, it would be unlawful, illegal, unconstitutional. My opinion, I'm not giving advice or legal opinion. Alright, but it just plainly said what it is. Right? Does that or does not explicitly show CPS and family courts. And most cops on the street, by the way. You know, again, the other day I did the separation, right? Police. Policy. They go by policy. They do not go by the Constitution. All right? They violates the contract to we the people. And that's what we probably should go under, right? Is the violations of the contract.
So, that's a bill of attainder. Act of legislature that identifies members of a group targeted by the law and dictates a penalty to be inflicted without a trial outside the reach of a jury. So, a bill of attainder is a law designed to get something. Bills of attainder in English history were acts that removed the head of an enemy of the king without trial. The complete definition of this kind of law includes pains and penalties.
Yeah, instead of off with your head, they're putting dads in jail. Right? They're taking offsprings away from parents without a jury and costing you pains and penalties. Right? You got to go take these classes, so you got to enter another contract. They're forcing you into other contracts due to the 4D contract that you must pay for.
The U.S. Constitution outlaws bills of attainder, laws designed to get or take life or property from people.
P.S. This is in every single state and the federal constitution, which you've seen here now. But this is not hidden from us. We're just not standing on it or understanding or comprehending what this is, and it's a very important issue that stands before us today.
Bills of attainder in England were judicial acts under the authority of the legislature. This shortcutting of due process, this punishment without interaction with a jury, without reference to the judiciary, is the key reason our founding fathers outlawed this practice. They disdained the idea that a single branch of government acting alone could put someone at risk. Compare this with the practice of regulators who apply fees, penalties, fines, and taxes without being subject to a jury, and you will understand how far we have strayed from the intent of the founders. Nobody would argue that when we receive a service, we should pay for that service. If you choose to drive on a toll road, you expect to stop at the booth and pay. If you use water provided by a local government agency, you will gladly chip in to help with the expenses involved in bringing that water to you. Beyond the costs we gladly pay, though, there are pains and penalties extracted by administrative laws that have morphed into a pattern of bureaucratic oppression.
Go back into, we have a right to property. If we have a right to property, then we cannot change a right into a privilege without our consent, people. All right? Property tax. Okay? They put you in a commercial body, real estate, real property, personal property. All right? What's natural rights? Natural rights is rights subscribed to you. Okay? What they're saying on that is government is giving you rights. Okay? The sheriff has certain rights when they are sheriffs. But them same rights he has that was prescribed to him, we have inalienable rights because we're not under contract.
So attainer, as defined here, is to get or to take. Man, this thing ain't working today, is it? I don't know why. Give me 1 second here. See if I can do so. You know what I'm going to have to do is probably just refresh a bit.
Okay, so this is part 3. And it's a good time to separate because now he's going to go into a different section that basically matches up. So these are we the people news. And the reason why I'm doing this, y'all, not only for my benefit, is so we can break this down in sections. We may want to see and hear this 4 or 5 times to comprehend, to understand the words they're speaking. These are we the people news. Bye, y'all.